Now I'd like to know a little bit more about Rob as a writer. What do you think was the biggest obstacle with writing these books?
The two biggest obstacles, if you're doing it for the first time, are editing and interior layout for the print version. Both of them are a nightmare. Now I know that my books can make money, so I'm happy to pay for good editors. With my first book, I was super poor. I was broke. I had no money. My business has failed. I wasn't confident to spend anything. In retrospect, that was a mistake because copy editors only cost $400, $500, and proofreaders only cost $200, $300. So to me, given the amount of time you've invested, at the very least, a proofreader is always worth the money. And instead of doing that, I kind of drove myself and my girlfriend at the time crazy because every day we were waking up and rereading the whole book, searching for the next set of typos. And it was a nightmare. It was so stressful. It was so tedious. It drove me crazy. And we nearly broke up over it. Although I guess we broke up eventually anyway. So I'm not sure that that really matters. But the professional help is incredible. Now, the expensive editor is a developmental editor who comes earlier, and those are 2,000 to 5,000. And those I don't necessarily recommend for every author unless you've got more money than you know what to do with and you're willing to buy luxuries. It's a wonderful pleasure, but if you're a first timer or you're strapped for cash, you can use beta readers as a reasonable substitute. It's going to take you more iterations, it's going to be more lonely, but you can do it. You can join a writing group, you can find a friend who's writing a book and keep each other accountable, whatever. But man, copy editing, proofreading, just spend the money. It's so worthwhile. And then interior layout's just a mess. If your book is all words, like no footnotes, few illustrations, no tables, nothing fancy, then you can use a tool like Readsy has a good free layout tool. Vellum is Mac only and premium. It's a little bit expensive, but it's amazing. But these tools aren't flexible. If you need to do it yourself from scratch, it's a nightmare. You know, it's like 40 hours to figure out the tools. It's so frustrating. You get so mad at everything. So those were the stages where I felt the most crazy.